Manchester United have just ended the 2024-25 season very disappointing. In addition, the team participated in 2 uninspiring friendlies in Asia. These matches were apparently organized to recoup the money lost due to not participating in continental competition. After this time, Ruben Amorim's team officially entered the summer break. The focus of many people is now on the transfer market. However, sources emphasize that the Portuguese strategist does not allow his players to relax too much during this vacation. The terrible journey of last season requires the entire team to look at themselves and prove their progress if they want to continue to stay at the theater of dreams. According to the source, coach Amorim, born in 1985, will implement regulations for players to maintain their fitness so that when they return, the vibrant image of the Red Devils will appear. A stern warning was given. If any individual fails to meet the requirements, the door to leave the club will be wide open for them. The initial plan for the team's return was outlined while players not called up to the national team were expected to return to Carrington at the end of June. The remaining players who were involved in international competitions would take a further rest before officially returning in early July. This would coincide with the start of the club's preseason friendlies. Sources mentioned upcoming international fixtures such as World Cup qualifiers, UEFA Nations League knockout matches, and national team friendlies. They also noted that the FIFA Club World Cup would start later, a tournament in which Manchester United are not involved, meaning it will not affect the previous plans. Therefore, the reunion process of the Amorim group will not change, taking place in late June and early July. Sources highlighted the impact of recent poor performances and the Asian tour on player morale, noting that many players are not in a good mood. This was partly due to having to travel to Asia to compete and receiving a lot of criticism from fans, which was described as the price to pay for a series of poor results. Therefore, the team's primary task is to quickly regain confidence and improve performance to hope for a brighter future. A significant challenge facing Manchester United and Ineos in particular is financial constraints which prevent Ineos from spending heavily unless the squad is cleaned up. This is seen as the main reason why Coach Amorim is focusing on his current personnel before looking to make new signings. The immediate priority for the team is to quickly adapt to the system in place, understand their roles before starting to improve both their technical and physical qualities. The Premier League season is due to start in 16 months' time. Note, this appears to be a glaring error in the source record as the Premier League season starts in August, around 1.5 months earlier than the likely June-July contact. Sources have stated that a month and a half is a golden window for Manchester United to demonstrate their progress. So as well as simply resting and enjoying time with family, sources also conveyed a clear message from Amorim: the players need to maintain their fitness, avoid gaining weight or partying too much during the break. Sources recall past instances where many players gained weight after the summer holidays due to a bit of sloppiness in their lifestyle. Examples cited at Old Trafford include Joshua Zirkzee and Casemiro, who were said to be considered overweight and struggling to get back into top shape to meet the increasing demands of modern football. Before leaving for the summer, the former Sporting CP coach in the transcript, Sporting LB and Sporting Lisbon announced a return date and demanded that each player be in top shape when they arrive at Carrington. Because to improve the performance next season, there will be a lot of effort, and they absolutely cannot be negligent if they want to continue accompanying the team and receive the trust of the fan. Once again, the source reaffirmed the consequences. If the requirements are not met, the door to leaving the theater of dreams will be wide open. An inside source said the 40-year-old coach wants the squad to improve their health to maintain their intensity and be ready to beat any opponent, instead of playing as if they are hungry without being effective. In a team chat about holiday plans, Coach Amorim is said to have warned of potential risks that could occur to avoid affecting preparations for the new season. Sources highlighted Amorim's character, in particular his outspokenness, which was described as a highlight that he displayed from the first day he stepped foot in the club. Examples of this outspokenness included initially calling the team the worst team in history and later apologizing for causing a huge row, breaking the TV in the dressing room, criticizing the fighting spirit, and calling certain players losers who deserve to be booed. Some observers fear that this level of outspokenness could lead him down the same path as previous managers such as Jose Mourinho and Louis van Gaal. However, center-back Matthijs de Ligt recently praised this valuable quality of the coach. De Ligt stated that, "As a Dutchman, I like that frankness." He understands that the media may be shocked because this doesn't happen often, but believes that we should also be happy that finally someone dares to speak frankly, express his thoughts and the truth. De Ligt expressed his appreciation for Amorim in personal conversations, finding him easy to talk to and someone he can trust. De Ligt mentioned that Amorim pays a lot of attention to detail, and before signing new players, Amorim looks at the culture of the team, what needs to change and improve to become a better club. De Ligt predicts to see much more of that in the upcoming season, claiming that Amorim wants to build a team that is united, fights for each other, and makes the most of what they have. He contrasted this with having the best players but not a real team previously. De Ligt believes many players can agree with him. The source added that those who don't accept this approach could consider themselves as having no future. Sources also suggest that the club's board share a similar view to De Ligt and have placed their trust in coach Ruben Amorim. They suggest that with corruption from senior management down to the players over the past 10 years, the club may not need to hide information, but instead let fans understand the internal situation. A complete reorganization is required. This is not only a task for the team, but also requires the Glazer family, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the board, and the fans to work together to achieve success. Some are concerned that the 40-year-old strictness could be counterproductive, especially if the players cannot even enjoy their holidays. Last season's disappointing performances should not happen at Old Trafford. The source stressed that for the first time in 50 years, the club lost 18 games, and successful survival is considered a remarkable achievement rather than competing for places in Europe. The source criticized the team's sloppy play and unprofessional attitude, saying they should not ask for anything but instead quickly regain confidence with their performances on the pitch. Amorim's plans are described as very detailed, and he has even considered the possibility of Manchester City and Chelsea progressing to the FIFA Club World Cup. The final of that competition is on 13 July, meaning they will have a shorter break and will start their preseason behind the other 18 Premier League sides. Manchester United need to take advantage of this. It seize any small advantage they get rather than waiting for something big. The Portuguese tactician's meticulousness and straightforwardness earns respect from many players, although there are also some individuals who are not very happy and hope he is sacked by Ineos, which is considered a pipe dream. The source said that if anyone does not want to go with him, they should choose to leave. Ruben Amorim had previously been hesitant to take over mid-season due to the lack of preparation time and the high risk. And sources said his concerns turned out to be true given the results of the season. However, rather than shy away from the pressure, he embraced it and saw it as natural at big clubs where there is no room for patience. Amorim himself stated, "I am a player and I understand all the problems." He admitted that the team know that Manchester United have not played well this season. Amorim added, "The important thing for me in the summer is to control my body, my weight, and my training." He stressed that the players need to be ready and we have to take advantage of every minute of every week of the preseason as the aim is to achieve good form. He sees these small details as having a solution, noting that we had a short meeting about it and that it is the only way to approach next season better. The whole squad is aware that next year is going to be an important year for Manchester United. Amorim revealed, "I send messages every week and the players know that next season the team obviously needs to play much better." The source concluded that the 40-year-old's words were nothing short of a divine decree for the Old Trafford squad during the summer before meetings in late June and early July. And if any individual feels they are disrupting their holiday, they can leave and find a new environment. But if they choose to stay, everyone is equal and must strive together. While Ruben Amorim always accepts the pressure because last season's results didn't allow him to really rest. Manchester United's journey to complete reconstruction is still very long, and if it's not done thoroughly now, it may not be achieved. The Portuguese tactician only wants the best for the Red Devils, and the players must understand this as Matthijs de Ligt understands him. Only from that understanding can a new ray of hope be ignited, and a new image will appear at the Theatre of Dreams.